the way he spots Jamal is, oh, like I'm horrified.
Lift up out of it. You gotta lift up. I got you. Get up. I got you, Jamal.
First of all, he also has the bar in his neck. It's supposed to like lay on like between your shoulder blades and traps, essentially, right? Maybe a little bit higher if you do high bar squats, or maybe a bit lower. It depends on like your back structure and all that, right? And your goals on what you want to train, right? But how it is here, it is literally on his spinal cord. Like, oh god, Speed, I swear to god, bro. Like, you have the best intentions, but holy fuck, dude. Please, for the love of God, research a little bit of fucking coaching before you start, like, coaching people, man. Because, oh god. It's not just embarrassing, it's also just dangerous. It's honestly a miracle that he didn't, like, get any, like, injuries throughout this whole video. What's good, YouTube? Yo, welcome back to another video of me reacting to IShowSpeed. Okay, so my previous reaction was towards the, in my opinion, bad display of coaching from Speed to get his younger brother, his kid brother, to exercise more. Because, you know, he's obese, he's unhealthy, and, you know, he should definitely, you know, work on his health a lot more. And, you know, exercise is a good way to achieve that, right? However, some people had a little bit of some people didn't really like what I said, or some people didn't even watch the video and just assumed what I meant from just a snippet on the first section of the video, which you look stupid, okay, first and foremost. No, I don't expect you to watch the entire video, but only judging from the first section of the video, that's just straight ignorance, you know? Like, at least give me 5 minutes, you know? I know and hope it was acting, but he should at least try to even do the challenge, which I 100% agree with. And then with this guy, this guy was just an idiot, to be honest. Bro, what? The thing Speed's trying to teach bro is discipline. He's trying to show him it requires pain and hard work. It doesn't matter how much pain you feel, but if you have 100k on the line, you gotta go through it. This is tough love, and it's what breeds tough men. So, as you can tell, if you watched my video, which this person clearly hasn't, it's exactly what I said. He agrees with me. You know? Now I am on Speed's side here, right? I do think, you know, it's not, he's being very childish right now. Like, he's not even trying. Like, he gets 100k for this, and he seems to, like, he's not even trying, right? And then he literally admitted later on, yeah, I watched a few minutes and also see the heading, and it's you whining about how he treats his brother like what, didn't see the point in continuing. And then I said, oh well. Essentially, he accused me of doing clickbait or anything like that. Well, I mean, it's not really clickbait if it is my opinion, which I state in the video. On top of it, the clip of the video at the start is me talking about the video, which is included into the video. Like, you know what it is? I don't know. Anyway, he thinks I'm dishonest, or I'm clickbaiting or whatever. It is what it is, you know? But regardless of that, we're gonna hop into his second video, where he goes to the KFC gym. As you can see on this amazing thumbnail. I love it, bro. I think this is a fantastic thumbnail. Anyway, so yeah, let's hop in.
I promise you, bro, you would deadass learn. Like, I didn't learn how to drive till like a long time, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But you will learn, so, bro. You bet. You will learn, man.
If you can't learn how to drive, oh fuck, that's not what I want to do. If you can't learn how to drive in America, you're a lost cause, to be honest. Like, the requirements of your actual driving skills are like in the dirt, bro. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, Americans can't drive.
No. I mean,
Nice. Oh, yeah, KFC?
Oh, there you go. He's getting blindfolded.
KFC smells good. It smells good to here, doesn't it?
I'll smell nothing. It smell like.
Oh, here we go. They have arrived.
What's up?
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's kind of fucked up. It 100% is, man. I'm not gonna lie. But it is pretty funny. Let's be honest.
I'm trying to teach my brother to work out. He not working out. What do I do?
No, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Bro, you just know those guys, you know, they, you know, I mean, looking at them alone, they are in the gym a lot, right? And as somebody who is also a pretty avid gym goer, I really like seeing new people join the gym, you know, like start working out. It's such a nice way of self-improvement, you know, like mentally and physically you'll change in such drastic ways, you know.
I don't want to. Why would you bring me back here?
Because we working. We working today, ain't we?
Bro, I got flip flops.
We working today.
I
We
got-
working today.
I got flip flops.
We working today.
I got flip flops on. I can't run with no flip flops.
Yeah, they didn't really think about that. They didn't really think about Jamal not wearing any like actual functional shoes for the gym. So I guess treadmill is not really on the agenda today.
You think David Goggins cared when he run a 10
I don't know who David.
kilometers
I don't know who
in
David
Ohio with
Goggins
flip flops?
is. I don't know who.
You know why David Goggins is a bad example? It's because he already fucked up his knees to such a significant degree.
There's such a thing as too much training. You gotta rest every now and then.
He still, you know, runs, right? He still does. He used to run so much that he fucked up his knees in the process. And, you know, he's now suffering from that. So, exercise is great, but just make sure it's in moderation. Don't go too hardcore just because you see these, like, gear taking, like, fitness models or, like, bodybuilders doing all these crazy shit, you know, or how these pro athletes like train. Like they worked up to that like level, that intensity. They didn't start off right away like on 100, bro. They started off at like 20.
Who David Goggins?
David Goggins didn't care. He still worked out. All right, bet. All right, come on. We doing weights then.
Weights?
We can do weights. Yup, we doing weights.
Like, bro.
Okay, so now we're going to weights. Okay, so last video I seen of IShowSpeed doing weights. It was him trying to bench 2 plates with 1 spotter, and obviously miserably failed because he couldn't do that.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We got you! Let's go! Keep your back on it.
That whole video was a disaster to watch. Like even the person that's supposed to like guide him through things gave him way too much freedom to make content and entertain the stream, which borderlines into like very dangerous behavior. It's fine if you like to watch Speed, you know, for his humor or for whatever you like watching him for, but for whenever it comes to fitness, in his history of what he did surrounding fitness, which is not a lot, but he does advocate for health and all that, so that's good. But whenever he, you know, does like gym streams like this, personally, I wouldn't let my child be coached by Speed, right? Because he's not a professional, and even if he's not a professional, he also just doesn't know anything. He really doesn't. He is like your average gym goer that just, you know, he goes to the gym once or twice in like a month or something, and then he like claims he's a gym goer, right? Because it really shows, because I already watched this video yesterday, but I wanted to make a video like specifying a lot of things that I thought were very important to talk about surrounding gym, gym culture and stuff like that, you know. But I'll point out what is right and wrong in this video, but so don't worry.
Get that work in, brother. Get that work in, brother. Come on, man. Lock your...
That's something you don't see a lot, man. That's really like Speed's power almost, right? Like I sometimes like to like use a bit the cringe term of like main character, right? And I think Speed definitely has like main character syndrome. However, he doesn't act entitled throughout the whole thing. So even though he has like signs of main character syndrome, he doesn't act out as if he is more important than others. He's just some guy, and you know, he just brings this like energy and aura around with him, and it creates a lot of positivity, right?
Sit down, lay down, give me 10. Just give me 10 flat.
That's it. That's it.
We just...
Okay, so here we are at the bench press. I mean, most used and most trained compound exercise, obviously, right? It's a really good exercise. Some people do not really understand that barbell bench is not the greatest to grow your chest. I think dumbbell bench press is a lot better because you have, you know, more range of motion, and the bar prevents you from that. But it is definitely still a very solid exercise for your shoulders, for your triceps, biceps, and chest, obviously, right? Don't forget chest. But it's not the main focus, and a lot of people think it is, but it's not. But anyway, he goes to bench for the very first time. Let's see what's up. Yeah, so this is obviously faked or purposely done. Whether it is with or without Speed's knowledge. Jamal is definitely trolling here, bro. Like, even though he is obese, he can easily bench just the bar, bro. Like, seeing how, you know, his body looks, like, come on. He can easily do the bar. He's just, you know, trolling it, like Speed says. And a lot of people were very upset about him doing this kind of thing with the other video as well, where he just didn't take it seriously enough. Which I think this video really like turned around at the I don't know, start of the beginning of the middle of the video, where he actually starts taking it a bit more seriously, and he, you know, he cooperates and all that. And honestly, at the end, I think he actually had some like fun, but we'll get to that later, right?
This about to be my last stream with you, bro. Lock in, exactly. Lock in, bro. Lock in, man.
Yeah, see, there we go. He can easily bench the bar. It is not even a question if he can. You know, he's not some like, I don't know, 55 kg woman, bro. Like he can easily bench that. Like, it is not even what, probably not even 30% of his body weight.
You can turn that to muscle. It's easier to turn muscle to fat when you're fat. All right, come on, bro. I know what I'm.
Wait, wait. Hold on. What did he say? It's easier to turn muscle to fat when you're fat. Obviously, he meant to say it's easier to make to turn fat into muscle when you're fat, right? But okay, you know, yeah, that's like not completely true, but it is easier than creating muscle from being skinny, right? It is not easy to make muscle into fat or fat into muscle, because, you know, obviously fat doesn't disappear, it just becomes condensed, and it's like, you know, it never really disappears. You know, the fat cells, they don't, you know, magically go away, right? But anyway, it is definitely the reason why people say that fat can be easily turned into muscle is because if your body weight is high, you can have a lot of volume, right? You can train with a lot of weight because you were easily able to manage it. And, you know, the higher the weight you can lift effectively, the easier or the stronger your muscles become, because, well, that's the whole thing about building muscles, right? Like, you lift heavy to become big, right? Essentially, like, it's not totally true. It's not like a one-to-one science, but it is definitely very accurate.
Bro, when I was your age, I was lifting 225.
This is
4th place, man.
Okay. Okay. 235 LBS 2 kg. This for me, by the way. I'm European, so I don't know LBS. So that's 102 kgs. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, dude. Right.
But this is 90 pounds.
No, it's 50. It's 50 pounds.
Bring your chest out and use your chest muscles. Dude, you gotta use your chest muscles to go up.
Yeah. Make sure to plant your shoulders properly into the bench and, you know, downwards, and then make sure your arms are correct and all that. But it is most important, especially if you start beginning at the gym, is that you start off with the basics. You start off with the motion. Learn the muscle memory for the exercise. If you don't need to constantly be engaging into how you do the exercise, but instead of pushing through it, you'll become stronger because, well, you only have to focus on pushing instead of stabilizing, right?
Come on, man, you got this.
He definitely learned from the last video where he wasn't very supportive. He's way more supportive, at least vocally supportive towards him. And from throughout this whole video, you can tell that really like helps way more than whatever he did like with that one challenge, right? You can really tell the difference.
Two more. Two more.
Junior, stop, bro.
You ain't ready, man.
Yeah, so I mean, what you saw here is just Jamal being an idiot. Plain and simple. You can tell he easily can do this, but he's just not. He's just refusing to cooperate, and I mean, a lot of people just really don't like that, right? Because gym is all about like pushing your limits, pushing your yourself, achieving new heights, right? It's very progressive in that sense. And whenever there's somebody who doesn't really like embody that principle, you know, it's just very frustrating to see, because you know these people can do way more than they are showing themselves, or that when they're showing them what they are doing, right? Like, personally, I really think it's annoying to like watch people do something when like under their level, when they can do so much more. But it's because either they don't believe in themselves, or they just refuse to push through that edge of uncomfortability, you know? But like I already said in the last video, you need to make sure that you respect these people's boundaries. You don't want to make these experiences hell for them, which will make them like not wanting to return to the gym, right? You want to make this as comfortable and uncomfortable as you can, right? So the uncomfortability should be on like such a degree where they're comfortable with the uncomfortability that you're putting them in, if that makes sense.
He don't understand. He keeps saying, I don't want to do it, but you have to do it. Because you getting your ass up and doing it. You gotta do it, bro. Yeah,
there's a really important thing. It needs to come out from yourself. No matter how much people want you. It's like, it's not even the same ballpark, but I think it's a good analogy. It's like with drug addicts, right? No matter how much you want this person that is a drug addict to stop, right? You won't convince them until it becomes something that they truly want to do. And the same thing counts for gym, because the gym is uncomfortable. You willingly put yourself through, well, maybe not agony, but you willingly put yourself through something that you are very uncomfortable with, and that never really goes away, right? You are always nearing a certain edge of your comfortability levels when you go to the gym, and pushing through them is literally what is expected of you in the gym, right? So it's actually rather like insane if you think about it. Like, people willingly want to torture themselves for like I don't know, an hour or so every single day so they can look better or feel better or whatever. Like, you need some drive to do that. You can't have half-ass like principles or goals or motivation to do all that. And somebody there physically and mentally supporting you and vocally supporting you isn't the only thing that is the most important. It does help, obviously, but it's not the most crucial part.
I don't know.
You should adjust the plate right there.
Can I get like, hold on, can I get like something like a drink of water or something?
After this 3, okay? After this 3, 2. There you go. Good shit.
Damn.
See how easy that was? The moment where there was like a compromise set, there were two things that were two parties that wanted something done. Speed wanted him to do 3 reps, and Jamal wanted to want some drinks, right? So there was a compromise made, like, okay, you'll get something to drink if you do this, and then, well, it creates a goal and you know, a vision, and then it's way easier to make yourself do something like that. It's all psychological. Like, maybe he doesn't consider or understand that he just psychologically manipulated Jamal here doing what he wanted him to do, but he definitely did, and I wouldn't say that's a bad thing per se, especially in this scenario. I think it's not a bad thing at all for him to do what he did here. I think it's actually very smart, because this is for the benefit of himself and not a benefit of him, right? He doesn't gain anything from Jamal doing this. He doesn't gain if Jamal you know, becomes more healthy or stuff like that, right? He doesn't gain anything from that. This is purely out of his own care and love for his brother that he does this, right? And obviously, you know, good content. I mean, he is a content creator. He's a streamer. There's no way around him not thinking about that in the back of his head, right? But I don't think this is his main focus. I don't think that is the case.
I should give me a little squat in there, y'all. All right, we're gonna start off light, okay?
Oh, here we go. Bro, whenever I watch this section, oh god. Oh god, okay.
I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna go with you, okay?
You gonna go first?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Okay, so two things he did wrong here, right? First, he didn't adjust the clamps. You should adjust the clamps for the appropriate height so you can comfortably squat, right? To get it out of the rack comfortably and easily without, you know, having to like step on your tippy toes or whatever, right? On top of that, he put 25 or 45, yeah, 45 pounds on each side. Which first he's gonna do his own set, right? Which is it's okay. It's okay. You can tell he doesn't squat regularly. You can really tell that. But afterwards, he, you know, goes and makes Jamal do the same weight, which is, in my opinion, a very stupid idea. Okay, so here he walks out.
You come out. You bend down.
He already gave a wrong showcase of how to do a squat, because he did not have to walk that far out. Like, he's outside of the part, outside of the safety bars, which are there to protect yourself from not fucking up, right? Not breaking your spine. Now, he won't break his spine with this amount of weight, obviously, right? But I mean, I'm not even gonna mention anything about his stance. It is quite, God. You can tell his hips are not flexible enough to do a proper squat. Let's just say that.
1, 2, 3.
I mean, at least his range of motion is pretty good, but as you can see, like, he doesn't have a good stability. He already, like, edges a little bit more towards that part, right? Like, he's not very stable in his stance, and that's just, you know, that's just evidence of lack of practice.
It's comfortable because you gotta lift.
You see how high it is? Like, it is not comfortable or easy to get out of that rack with the bar on your back, bro. That's like strike number 1 in my opinion. I think that is, especially when you're doing squat. Squat is like one of the most dangerous exercises you can do. I think bench is the least dangerous out of all of them. But everything becomes more dangerous the moment there's more load and weight that you can handle, right? And like, no offense to Jamal, but he's not ready for this amount of weight. And oh boy, here comes part 2. This is like arguably one of the only reasons why I actually wanted to make this video in the first place, because the way he spots Jamal is, oh, like I'm horrified.
Lift up out of it. You gotta lift up. I got you. Get up. I got you, Jamal.
First of all, he also has the bar in his neck. It's supposed to like lay on like between your shoulder blades and traps, essentially, right? Maybe a little bit higher if you do high bar squats, or maybe a bit lower. It depends on like your back structure and all that, right? And your goals on what you want to train, right? But how it is here, it is literally on his spinal cord. Like, oh god, Speed, I swear to god, bro. Like, you have the best intentions, but holy fuck, dude. Please, for the love of God, research a little bit of fucking coaching before you start, like, coaching people, man. Because, oh, God. It's not just embarrassing, it's also just dangerous. It's honestly a miracle that he didn't, like, get any, like, injuries throughout this whole video.
Oh! You don't put it right on your fucking neck.
Oh!
You put it right there.
You should have told me that. You just saw me doing it. You should have told me.
Go ahead.
That's a very valid point of Jamal there, right? Like, you should have accurately explained and guided him, because look at this. Like, this now is actually properly seated on his back. Now it's actually properly seated where it's supposed to be. But he still needs to tippy toes so he can get it out of the rack, which is still a very bad thing.
There you go, right there, right there. Now push up. There you go. There you go. Push up. Come on.
Look, he can barely get out of the rack.
You got it. Go there.
And then this happens. He catches the weight. He braces his sides a little bit. But I would, if I was in the situation of Speed right now and I would have to spot him, I would like put my arms all the way around his body, squeeze it so I can like stabilize his spine through my power, right? This is not gonna cut it. If he actually properly knew how to spot somebody, he would know that this is very stupid. This doesn't help him. This only can injure him. Luckily, this guy in the right made sure that he didn't snap, you know, the bar to the left by catching the weight before it happened. But this is very stupid. This is why you should probably just first of all start with a little bit of just bodyweight squats and then just the bar. Because if the moment you start with the bar, it's not about, oh, he can easily do this weight. He can, right? I wouldn't be surprised if he was in the gym for a while. He could easily do this, like 4 sets of like 10 or 12 reps, like easily. But it's just, you need to build the foundation. That is the core of exercise or of body or of weight training. The core of weight training is knowing the basics, lay the fundamentals, you know. But if he has never squatted in his life before, and you put a bar on his neck with like double 45 pounds, like this is bound to happen, you know. And then when he also doesn't get properly guided, you know, like no matter how good his intentions are, this is just dangerous.
It hurts. Where?
Yeah, I wonder why it hurt. I wonder why. Look at this. Look at this, dude. Look at this. His shoulder is all like rotated and shit, and he's like bended like this. And meanwhile, you're like pinching his sides and like pulling or pushing or whatever the fuck you're doing here. Like, yeah, no wonder it hurt. If this was like any more weight, he could have properly injured himself.
Look at me.
Okay, this part I really thought was funny. I really thought it was hilarious, dude. Because He is like, you know, oh, he's like in this role of, oh, I'm the example, you know, I'm gonna show you how it's done, and then this happens.
You see that?
Like, the weight slides off the bar on both sides. Like, oh god, this is what I mean when I say that he has no like actual experience in the gym. He doesn't. Okay, he just doesn't. And obviously some people are gonna be coping in the comments like, oh, he's a comedian. Like, no, okay? You'll see in his face, he did not mean to do this. He was not like setting up this as a skit or anything like that.
They don't have clamps?
Yeah, you don't need clamps. The reason why a lot of people use clamps is because they wanna compensate for their lack of stability. They use clamps because their form is shit. People who squat with clamps have shit form. Plates don't easily slide off a bar, bruh. Unless you are bad, unless you have bad form. Like, that's not an opinion, that's a straight up fact. I completely understand why this gym doesn't have like any like clamps or stuff like that, because they're not very useful unless you're like doing, I don't know, deadlifts or I don't know, barbell rows or some shit like that, you know? Like, where you, like, sometimes, like, have to put it down a lot and all that, you know? You don't want to keep, like, pushing it, like, tight and all that. But with squats and bench and... yeah, I guess bench and squats, like, don't use clips, okay? The moment you start relying on clips, your form gets worse. Because there's no consequences for being a little bit left or a little bit right. Like, you're literally creating a bad form for yourself. You're teaching yourself bad form. It's just not smart.
Come on. I think I can do that. Here. Hold this.
Box jumps are very performative. They're not the most incredible exercise you can do. It's mostly cardio than anything. Especially people that are obese and have either bad knees or bad balance because, well, their skeleton is carrying too much weight for the stability. Box jumps are not a good exercise. Like, the moment you see people like advocate for obese people to go and exercise, they always say, oh, you gotta go do the treadmill and do a bunch of shit, you know? But no. Treadmill, very bad, alright? Their knees are terrible because they're carrying too much weight, or their ankles are also bad, you know, because they're carrying too much weight and putting a bunch of like stress and tension on them continuously by running is very bad for the joints. The best thing you can do as somebody who's obese is, well, first and foremost, fix your diet, okay? That's like one of the most important things ever. Like, 80% of your physique is because of your diet. 20% is like the gym, something like that. Making him do box jump, even though he succeeds and he's pretty okay at it wasn't a very smart exercise to pick out of all the exercises that were there. Like, there's a bunch of machines everywhere, and this is like another thing that really shows that he just doesn't have any knowledge about the gym whatsoever, because he barely knows what most of these like machines do or like could be useful to make an exercise routine, right?
Let's go. One more. Come on. Good shit, boy. Good shit.
Okay.
Rest up.
And there you go. There you go, the box jumps. And one thing I can definitely tell from watching this section is he did not mind doing this. I would even assume that he actually found this fun, which I can understand. I think jumping on things is pretty enjoyable, pretty funny, right? I mean, I used to be a child. I used to like climb things and all that. It's like your little, like your kid self is like, you know, coming back up again and like enjoying these like childish, like acrobat kind of behaviors, right? Especially like in little boys, that's definitely very inherent. So I understand why box jumps, even though it's not the most optimal or like smart exercise for somebody who is obese to do, it can definitely have a big joy factor, because you know it's challenging enough, but it's not too hard to discourage you from doing it. Like you succeed in it, which gives you dopamine, which gives you fulfillment, which makes you want to do it more. You know, that's pretty much how it is.
Okay.
That's all you gotta do. It's
You
just
get
bike.
this one? No, come on, you doing it with me. What you think this is?
Okay, so now they're jumping on a machine which I don't specifically know the name of. I don't have a lot of like or any experience with this machine whatsoever. I've seen it plenty of times. People have used it here and there. It's especially this YouTuber called Brownie. He's like a calisthenics based YouTuber, very big. He's a Dutch guy, by the way, so you know, hey, representing the Dutch, you know. Anyway, but outside of that, I don't really know a lot about this bike, but you know, cardio is cardio in the end of the day. Nothing bad here to say, honestly. Like cardio is cardio. Again, here we see another like example that, you know, they don't know what they're doing. They're not adjusting the machines to properly align themselves for the exercise. Jamal is way too low for the exercise, and I think Speed actually has a proper height for this exercise. Yeah, I think he actually high enough to properly do the exercise, but Jamal, like he doesn't have the correct size.
My butt hurt. We done?
Also, fully agreeing with Jamal, those seats don't look comfortable. They do not comfortable at all.
Can you do pull-ups yet? Pull-ups is a good workout.
Okay, pull-ups. That's definitely an exercise that the majority of gym goers don't really do or can do. It's a very difficult exercise. It doesn't just matter how strong you are. It also matters how much you weigh. And the less you weigh and the stronger you are compared to your body weight, the easier pull-ups will become. But Jamal is not can't fucking do pull-ups, bro. He can't. But it's pretty funny how Speed like embarrasses himself here a little bit after the pull-ups, where he goes on to do some dips, and I don't know. I'll just let it play.
Yeah. That's looking hard. I got to.
Yeah, dips are hard. They are a pretty difficult exercise, especially if you do it wrong. Especially if you do it wrong, man.
Oh, my fault.
These are a lot better than the first ones, by the way. Although I do want to like give a bit of advice. If you're gonna do dips, don't curl up your arm or your legs. Keep them straight if possible, because the more stable you are, the less effort it takes to do these exercises. Like a stiff body is easier to maneuver through space than a body that has to like constantly tense up the leg muscles and like holding it up. First of all, it drains energy for the exercise, and it is not aerodynamic. So if you want to make your dips easier, make sure to like be as stiff as a board as you can, and only focus on the dips instead of focusing on keeping your legs together and curled up.
All you gotta do is just pull up. Literally. Pull up.
I bet.
Okay, so if Speed had any sensible knowledge about gym, right? He would not ask Jamal to do this. Because any sensible person that knows anything about calisthenics is that he can't do it. like that's not just a ignorant assumption, that is just a straight up fact. Alright? He's not a trained individual. Just because he's obese doesn't mean he's like very strong in his arms. Like majority of obese people have very strong legs, because that's what they have to like carry all day, right? But their arms are not as developed as their legs majority of the time, unless they start actually actively training. Now, how could he have done this in a way to encourage Jamal to do something like this? it is a static hold. And I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, he goes on to do a neutral grip pull-up, right? And he jumps up. And you see what he did? That's what I would recommend him to do. Jump up, try to hold himself up as long as possible, and try to slowly descend, or as slowly as possible and controlled as possible. But, you know, Speed's lack of gym knowledge, you know, he won't recommend that because he just doesn't know. And that's fine, right? But if he really wants to help Jamal, he should either, like, read up on more knowledge about the gym to coach him better, or hire somebody who actually knows what the fuck he's doing, you know?
Why don't you just never try?
No, I'm trying.
Yeah, see, he is disappointed in Jamal because he thinks he doesn't try, but this is just straight ignorance because, I mean, I don't know how much he weighs, but that's definitely not easy to keep in the air with only, like, your arms. So him being, like, disappointed in, like, his lack of trying is just ignorance on Speed's part, which he would have known if he had competent gym knowledge. You know, I'm not roasting him. All right, I'm just telling what's up, you know? So yeah, if I had anything to say about this towards Jamal, I think he was definitely trying, and he was actually putting an effort in a right way. It's just Speed didn't see the significance of what he's doing here, which is just his ignorance.
Crouch, okay?
Okay, so now he's on a ab crunch machine. I am of the opinion, which is very debated among a lot of gym communities, is training your abs if you already have like compound exercises in your routine is a waste of time. And why do I say that? It's because the isolation of abs can be beneficial for particular sports. Like this is an MMA gym, right? I mean, you see UFC and shit everywhere. Like this definitely like very oriented towards fighting sports, right? And hardening your muscles in your stomach is definitely a very good way of helping your training, you know, like being able to take a lot of blows and all that. But if you're already doing a lot of compound exercises, you're already training your core. There's no need to isolate your core in any significant way like this. If you want to do it, that's absolutely fine, right? It won't hurt, but it's not necessary. But this is a good thing. This is a good thing they're doing. There's nothing wrong with this whole segment of the stream. They're doing some crunches on this machine. Though it goes well, as far as I know. Jamal does a lot of Jamal put enough effort into it as well. So overall, this section is very positive, very good.
Nah, one more.
All right, last rep.
I feel like a fart.
And there you go. See, very, very positive. Reinforcing him or encouraging him. I mean, and you know, he putting in effort, putting in the time, and you know, overall, very, very good section of the video. I think this is definitely the best section of the video. I think.
So all you gotta do basically.
Okay, so now they're on the leg press. Now, I avoid this thing because I think they're scary. I think leg presses are scary as fuck. However, that's just the leg press I have in my gym. This one actually seems to have a very solid and low part of the safety. Like, the safety of this machine is definitely way higher than the safety of the machine I have in my gym, in my local gym. So even if you fuck up here, you won't get completely crushed by the thing. So it is very easy to not die, essentially, right? But there's always a chance, you know. So always be careful with the leg press, because one time extending a little bit too far and your kneecaps could snap, you know. And personally, I don't think it's like a very incredible exercise to begin with. it is more of an ego booster than anything, because a lot of people can do a lot of weight on this, and you'll see throughout the rest of this section of the video as well, where they're just putting a bunch of plates and plates and plates and plates upon on top of it, while doing half reps. And it just fuels their ego, which is fine, right? Sometimes you have to fuel your ego a little bit. But if you really want to like get competent leg strength, you should probably stick with like hack squats or I don't know, RDLs or lunges. Lunges are very good as well. And I would also recommend some hamstring curls. I mean, you can never go wrong with hamstring curls, right? So, but yeah, if you want to do leg press, you can. Just be careful, because a lot of people have gotten very injured about this with this machine.
5, good shit. 6, 7, give me 12.
Okay, so one important section or part about this exercise is, depending on where you place your feet, that depends on what you train. The higher you put your feet, the more lower of muscles you target. So that would be more glute activation, and the lower it will become more quad activation. He's a little bit in the middle, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put my feet like sideways like this. You know, put them actually straight. But he's doing okay reps. The range of motion is not perfect or great, but you know, he's doing something, you know, and that's what I would like to praise the most, is whenever people just do something that they normally wouldn't be doing, because something is always better than nothing, you know, even if you're doing it wrong, unless it's incredibly dangerous what you're doing, which they kind of head into.
3, 4, good shit.
Okay, so that was a set of 2 plates. Definitely not an insignificant amount of weight. You have to consider that this thing itself already weighs like weight, pretty significant as well. It's like, I don't know, 25 kgs. So like that's what, 50 pounds or some shit like that. So doing only the leg press itself is already an exercise. It's already like straining. So putting weight on top of it, you know, obviously has more benefits. But yeah, you'll definitely feel strong doing this exercise. It's not very difficult. It's all about pushing it away with your legs, and you know, coming back. Like it's a very easy exercise to do. And it's very easily overloaded with weights, and it will definitely make your pride or your ego like grow a lot.
See, you got that easily. You got that easily.
So why I think this section of the video is like very important is because Jamal right here is starting to enjoy the challenge that is presented in front of him, right? Obviously, the gym overall and training with weights is all a challenge, right? But if you don't think the challenge is engaging or fun to do, it's very difficult to drag yourself through it. But because Speed keeps like upping the ante and like making his ego bigger and bigger and bigger, he becomes more self-confident. He becomes like more proud of himself, because like, holy shit, yo, look at all this weight I'm pushing. It's not an irrelevant feat, okay? That's not what I want to say, you know? It's still a, you know, pretty good feat. It's just very easy to do. Like, it's not that hard, right? But it is very good for his ego. So if anything to take away from this section of the video, even though this exercise can be very dangerous if you don't properly do it or don't have proper like guidance or knowledge about the machine, which I do think they know. I do think, because I don't see Jamal like overextending or anything like that, but he also doesn't really do the full range of motion that he should. But regardless of that, right, this is just very good for his mental. Like, it's very much important for him to become to experience joy and adversary or and challenge in the gym that he can you know, that he wants to tackle, not has to tackle, you know, just because Speed wants him to do something. This is something Jamal himself wants to do as well, and that's very important. Yeah, same thing. Speed's doing the same thing, half reps on the machine. Also, one very important thing is making sure to keep your back on the on the rest. Make sure you keep your back flat on the bench. It's very important to not overextend your spine.
You got it?
I did it.
You did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this really solidifies my argument about Jamal really starting to enjoy what he's doing here. I thought like having a very supportive brother next to you, like hyping you up, and you know, like it's all around a very positive atmosphere and an interaction here, you know?
Wait.
That was a half rep.
You got it. Don't worry.
The fact that this dude said that's a half rep, even though they've been half repping this whole entire time, is hilarious to me, bro. That's just hilarious to me. I'm sorry.
There you go, bro.
I can do another 45, bro.
Yeah, this what people make memes about, man. A lot of people like scrutinize others in the gym community about half repping. And it's such a clear example of it too, man. But like I said, something is better than nothing. I'd rather they stay in their, you know, comfortable range of motion instead of overextending the range of motion and completely losing control or grip of the exercise and injuring themselves. But that's why you train full range of motion in every single weight range. The moment you start sacrificing range of motion just because you want to do more weight, that's when you're limiting yourself and opening yourself up for injury, especially for tendons related injuries. They're very easy to get. Like, for example, people like who do dumbbell exercises or stuff like that, and they sacrifice range of motion, and then one time they go a little bit too low than they normally would, and they snap their shoulder tendon. Yeah, that's what happens. So gotta be careful, man. You gotta be comfortable with every single weight you do in full range of motion, or otherwise you're just opening yourself up for failure, or worse, injury. You know. Anyway, that was the only section of the video that really mattered. The rest doesn't really matter. They're just walking around, out of the gym, and that's it, right? So, what I want everyone to take away from this video, from Speed and from my video, is going to the gym is great. Okay, it can help you positively in physical and mental ways. It is all around a very positive community. Don't get discouraged just because a lot of negativity is online, because most people offline are not the dickheads that you see in the in social media comments that like are very negative and all that. Okay, most people are very supportive, especially if you ask them for help. Most people are down to help you out with like things, you know, like asking for tips or guides or whatever. Like, most people are very open to well, to enlighten you and to help you about a lot of fitness questions, or what's a good way to start off with, or, you know, like having proper guidance or knowledge, you know, to go through the gym, to effectively go through your gym journey. It's very important. Feel free to leave any comments below about any gym related questions you got. I'll try to like answer as much as I can to the ability that I have. I'm not a gym expert, all right? I'm not a licensed like, I don't know, doctor or whatever. I'm just a dude that has been going to the gym for nearly 10 years now, So I slowly over time build up my knowledge about the sport, or about the about the activity, right? So yeah, with that being said, let me know what you thought about the video. Leave a like, subscribe. That's about it. Take care.